Peace, it surpasses all understanding. Um, just wanted to share, and I think this is probably going to be fairly quick. I just wanted to share some of my experiences recently um, applying for new jobs and looking for new employment, and the experiences that I had um, given the nature of what's been going on in the world over the last year or two, year and a half ish, year and several months, and how it's affected employment. And these are real experiences that I had from my perspective, from my point of view. And what I experienced as I was applying to new employers, whether, via phone or a job site app kind of thing. Some of the jobs immediately, like as soon as you clicked on their link and it came up on their web page to go online and make to offer a resume and an application, on the main page it would say something. Some businesses, some immediately had something on their main page about social distancing, wearing masks, the percentage rates of their employees that were vaccinated. Do business with us because you'll be safe. That was the gist of it. That was how they were approaching it. And I'm not taking sides here. I'm only offering what I saw, what I witnessed, what I heard. Um, so given that, um, there was a ecology based manufacturer I had applied to, um, and when I say ecology based, they were, shall we say, an ecology friendly business, self sustaining, and their number one material or product that they used was recycled plastic, i.e., primarily soda bottles, water bottles, milk jugs, and they would grind this stuff up and make products with it. Useful products. Um, but when I spoke to the person on the other end of the phone, I found myself asking one of the first questions I asked: do you require vaccines? No, we do not. Okay, we can proceed. It was the very first question that popped out of my mouth because the vaccine issue is the reason that I'm leaving my present current employer, because the state has mandated vaccines for healthcare workers. So we've got this place, um, and the person that I was talking to at this ecology based manufacturing recycling manufacturer, as our interview went on, we began a certain amount of small talk, and they offered, like during the conversation, he made a reference to, yeah, the first question you asked was whether we required the poke, and he said, I can't tell you how many people call, regarding jobs that we have posted, and that's the very first question that they ask. And this goes to another employer. It was a healthcare type facility, and similarly, oh my God, it's early, guys. My vocabulary improves dramatically as I wake up. But their perspective, people were calling about jobs that they had posted in this healthcare type facility. And the very first thing these people were asking, do you require vaccines? And by law, they are required through this mandate to require their employees, all new employees must be vaccinated. Click. So the people that were calling to apply for this multitude of positions that they now have open because they've lost so many staff, the people who are calling with interest, the only people that seem to be genuinely interested, the first question they ask, do you require the vaccine? The employer, this person, is required to say, yeah, we require it. And the people hang up. I'm not interested. So I'm not really sure, at least in this region or this area, there's all that, oh, it's, whatever, however it's being portrayed that the mandates are successful. I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that. And then the third, well, in this scenario or this, in this particular instance, the third and final employer that I contacted, he does not require vaccines. However, out of respect for his customers and clients, he requires that his employees wear a mask when they are asked or it is requested by the client. So if you have to go into their home or their business or whatever and they require a mask, he attempts to accommodate his client to the best of his ability, but also makes it very clear that he is not required to have his staff follow any sort of mandate. And he doesn't base he bases his hiring of new employees on their skill level and not their medical status, which I found to be quite refreshing. Um, so that being said, it's interesting to me that the at least in the job hunting that I've done, and there's quite a few. There was quite a few. There was quite a few that and I myself was the same, because I know what my choice is, and as soon as something, in a telephone chat or an interview chat, that initial phone call about inquiring about a job, as soon as they started talking about what they required as an employer, regarding my medical health, thank you for your time. Interview is over. Goodbye. Thank you. And that was it for me. Um, but they're clearly based on these conversations that I've had with employers and human resource directors, and um, clearly people are applying or not applying, showing interest, not showing interest based on, and oh, you require that? Click. I don't, so it was actually on that level, it was very encouraging to hear these conversations, to have these conversations with these employers, these people who are desperate for help, and coming, that's the first thing that people care about right now. And you know, to tell someone they have to do something that involves their physical medical status, to have a job, to go to a store where you cannot buy or sell or do without this thing, it's wrong. It's a basic violation of human rights, no matter how um, uh, and the word the state used, the emergency nature of this. It's who's it an emergency for? Is it an emergency for the government? Is it and I'm just skeptical about what the accurate numbers are for everything that's happened over the last, since what was it? April of 2019. 2019, 2020. Anyway, interesting experience going through the job process. Seeking out new employment opportunities and the narratives that these employers are adopting or not adopting, as the case may be, and how the population of people seeking employment is definitely focused on not getting it. If you require me to do that as an employee, I don't want to work for you. And they hang up. Across the board, you guys, across the board, this is what I found. And I want to be accurate. How many places? One, two, five. I'm going to say a minimum of 5 places that I had conversations with. It was more than that, but there's 5 right off the top of my head that are very clear in my awareness. Um, but clearly, um, and employers who are requiring these things, they're not finding help. The people hang up right away. Not interested, thank you. But I thought I'd share that. 12 minutes. Nice quick share. Things are going well. This is my final week. Um, this is my final week at my current employer. I did accept, I was offered and I accepted a position working for someone who does not enforce things, but he values his clients and will respect their wishes. As far as you know, uh, he politely requests that his employees wear a mask as and when if you're entering someone's residence or business. Um, and it's something, and one of the other jobs, I came down to 2 jobs, and the way I made my choice, um, the way I made my choice, they were both equally lucrative jobs. The salary was virtually the same. So it wasn't a question of money. It was a question of what do I really want to do? What am I proficient at? What am I going to actually enjoy doing? And I'll be honest with you guys, every time I've started a new job, it's always been in a deeper, higher, more involved level of um, I always had to learn a brand new skill, and it's like going back to college, back to a trade school, training, 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 and the frustration, and there are certain things that I'm very proficient at. I feel very comfortable with that I have learned and mastered, and um, the choice came down to here we go again. I'm about to be 55 years old in October. Do I really want to start a entirely new modality of my skill set, or do I want to slip into a job that's going to pay me a livable, decent wage and it feels like I'm putting on an old, comfortable pair of shoes? I chose the old, comfortable pair of shoes. Who do I have to impress? I don't need to know how a fucking jet engine works. Um, because that's basically this new this other job that I declined. Um, it's an amazing place, but they create their own energy. They use their own energy to create their product. It's self-sustaining. It's good for the environment. They utilize recyclable materials to create their product. I was very impressed with a lot of that stuff, but the department that I was going to be hired for um, was the power plant of this facility. And frankly, there was an aspect of that where, again, I would have to learn an entirely new skill set about their power plant and how that works, and not the least of which was it was basically a jet engine that created heat and did all sorts of things powered by um, solar and water, and it was really amazing. But I have no desire to have that level of stress or learning. I got plenty of other stuff to learn about, and I want to have a job where I can, the moment I get in my car at the end of the day, I want to, my job is my job, my life is my life. I don't live to work, I work to live, and that particular job with the manufacturer in this ecology based environment would be great for somebody in their younger years where they could really develop but I'm like, yeah, I don't. The old comfortable pair of shoes definitely felt like the right move. So to all of you who have supported me and offered me well wishes during this transition period of finding a new job. I felt a lot of stress, and it was, I was questioning myself. There was a lot of self doubt and self questioning about which way do I go? Am I making the right choice? Dilemmas. And I genuinely believe and feel that I made the right choice. And I am so grateful for all the loving support through messages or prayers or intentions from friends, um, uh, telephone check-ins, message check-in. How you doing? How you feeling? I can't tell you what that means. Regardless of my choices or decisions, I felt supported. And what a wonderful thing to experience, the love and compassion of friends who truly have our back and they support us. Um, and it's a privilege and an honor when I can support someone else through a difficult time, you know, without trying to fix anybody. Just I'm here, I am present, and if there is anything that I can do to help you transition, I am willing and I'm on board, and to be the receiver of such compassion from others is quite a sensation. It's very nice. So, with that, I offer you a peace that surpasses all understanding. My thanks and my gratitude for everyone's support. And I'm going to drink my coffee and head off to my current job. It's my last week. And I'm going to continue to give a day's labor for a day's pay. I'm not going to lose my integrity just because I'm a short timer and I'm out of there. Anyway, I love you guys. Peace. And have a glorious, glorious day. Love you.